We are officially live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to your journey.
Hello.
Hello to all those who are already here, who have been patiently waiting. We are so grateful for you guys. Hello, Lynn.
That's it.
That's it for now. No, there's two viewers.
Oh, yeah.
There's somebody else, but we can't see them. Anyways, welcome. This will be one of our, well, this is our final
last
official episode of our mini chakra series, and today we're going to be talking about
a double whammy. We're doing the soul star chakra and the earth star chakra. La, 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 la. You can't hear me.
Oh no, why can't we hear you? Let's see, let's get these technical difficulties. It says that we could. It says that it's on. Can you confirm?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Lynn, can you just confirm that you can hear us now? Let's see. We have a like already.
Can you? Oh, I can't.
I can
hear you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's your problem.
Perfect. Hello,
Perfect. Hi, Terry.
Welcome. So as we were saying, this is one of our last episodes for the chakra series. We are doing the soul star and we are doing also the earth star.
Yeah. Which are like the physical vessel has the 7 chakras that we've done already.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't seen that, then you can go and click on our other ones. It goes from the root to the sacral, to the solar, to the heart, to the throat, third, and the crown. And now we are doing the soul star, which is above the head, and we're doing the earth star, which is below the feet.
Mm. Hello, Prince. This is Marius. Hello,
Hi.
Marius. Welcome.
From South Africa.
Ooh. So, yes. So as you were saying, we're doing basically the chakras. We have 7 main ones, I guess. They're the main ones because they're directly associated and placed on your nervous system, so on your spinal cord. So when you have all your nerves getting into one place, this creates an electrical charge, and therefore this electrical charge creates this little vortex, and this is how we actually feel, sense our environment as much as it is outside as we are feeling it inside, because all of these these neurons, these are nerves basically, are all connected to our digestive systems, our organs, our sensories, and connected to all the senses, right? So we have 7 major ones, and now we're going to be talking about the 2 major ones that are associated to, as she was saying, the
etheric realms,
the higher selves, which we're going to be looking at, and then the
earth star, which is the global consciousness. Actually, the collective. Instead of, because to me the other chakras are very connected to the avatar, and all these other ones are. This is when we start to expand outside of the body.
Yeah,
that's the beauty. I love it because most of us are on our way there, because the crown chakra, I feel like there's a misconception about the crown chakra. It's like it is a connection to the divine, but it's still connected to the ego. It's still that ego connection to the divine.
It's just the opening. To have everything come in,
so we fully understand what's going on. Like, this is like the comprehension of this divine connection.
It's just a portal. It's the way in for all the information, the etheric, the universe, all that. It's the way in, but it's not actually the connection or maybe the link to the higher versions of ourselves. Is how the higher versions maybe comes in through this portal into this 3D avatar, this vessel. And then we can express, or our 3D selves, Sabrina as Sabrina, me, Katarina as Katarina, or tap into higher frequencies and tap into different versions of ourselves, right? Because there's versions of ourselves happening all the time.
Multiple
in different dimensions, but we're not going to get into that. So how is everybody doing today?
Lynn, Grace.
Lynn, yes. Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Thank you.
This is very interesting. Thank you. Yes, we found it very interesting too. That's why we decided to add it.
Ooh,
it's not something that we wanted to add at all.
Underneath.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, this is not something that we actually wanted to do. It's just something that we're like, oh, we stumbled across it and we're like, yeah, let's talk about this. This looks very interesting. My punchhole says both of these chakras are closed. Ooh, how do you do that? Actually, you can explain how to actually do that.
What?
How to basically see if
she asked. She asked, the pendulum asked. And they said, yo, it's closed. But that's good because we're doing the activation, which will open them. My sister's watching, Natalie. Oh.
Hey,
hi, Natalie.
Natalie. Welcome. This is awesome.
I love it. Good group of people. So nice to see you. Hello
fun.
from Australia. Hello from Cape Town. Exactly. I knew that.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. All right. So
let's get to it, guys.
Let's get to it. Oh, yeah.
Let's get to it. So as we were saying, basically we touched base on what is chakra, why we're doing this series. Basically, we're doing this series because we want to help you, actually not even help you, give you the tools that has helped us along our journey, along our way of expansion, of confusion, of disharmony, everything that is this human experience, whether it's positive or negative, or whether it's challenging. We want you guys to have these tools, and chakras have been very mainstream and is a great way to kind of fully embrace and understand a little deeper some of the things that we keep talking about. So that's why we chose a chakra system, but really is just to give you the tools. So yes, you can come to us if you need help, but the reality is you're here to learn it on your own and to expand not only with us, but through your own experiences, right? Did I sum that up pretty well? Am I missing anything?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Okay. So what else we're going to talk about today? What is the soul and earth chakra? We kind of touched base, but we're going to talk a little more about it. We're going to talk about the Merkaba because the Merkaba is actually one of the symbols for the soul chakra, the soul star chakra.
Say that 3 times fast. Okay.
Anyways. And then we're going to talk about the Akashic records because it's part of also the soul star.
The soul star is actually the connection to the Akashic records.
Oh, there you go. And then we're going to talk about the higher self. And then we're going to talk about the super root. And oh, very interesting. My ear is now ringing. So that's quite.
And the universe, but it's supposed to be universe. But anyways, the universe.
That's my little twist. In the other slides, it's universe, but I always think that universe is within, so you inverse. Anyways, my little twist, but it's okay. And then the different practices. We're gonna also talk about the overactive, underactive, balanced, how to know the difference. I actually saw myself in a lot of those, so it's gonna be really interesting to go into that.
I'm really excited to do this because as we did a little bit of the research, it was like, oh my God, this is a lot of where we're at.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful because that means that we're fully connecting and balancing with the 7 physical chakras. And when I do a lot of my sessions with you guys, it's like, oh, look at us going up and going down and like rising. So I think it's going to be really potent, this one.
I really feel that it's important too. And it comes at such a beautiful time because I feel like so much is shifting. Like we are, for the most part, and everybody watching here, you've been doing the work. You've been questioning, you've been contemplating, you've been doing the work. You've been actually sitting with yourself and listening to your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, your emotion. Like you've been doing the work, and people, places, and things are starting to remove themselves. And this week specifically, I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, it's been a roller coaster ride, like one thing after another, and we're starting to become clearer and we're more able to stay in the storm, being in the eye of the storm, as we've been talking about. And I feel like this week has been a huge, huge test. I don't know how about you guys. I don't know how you guys have been feeling, but wow, like
hi from Canada. Okay. You're from our hometown.
Hello. Oh, Natalie. Hello. So yes. So I feel like it's coming in at such a great, especially the pendulum activation and the clearing and all that. If you've been feeling like things have been shaken up this week, it's normal. It's absolutely normal. It's meant to be shaken up. It's meant to be released. So something new could come into its place, but we can't keep holding on to something that no longer serves us or no longer is on our wavelength or in alignment with what we want and desire or what our soul wants. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So just need to say that. And that's it. And then the pendulum activation and the Reiki as per usual. And that's it. So let's get this party started, guys. Are you guys excited? I know I am. So what is the soul and earth star chakra? Go.
You.
Me? I feel like I've been talking since before.
Well, we already talked about this, right? So these are the Sanskrit names. Vyapini is the soul star, and Vasundhara is the earth star. And basically, this is like all encompassing. Okay, this is
universal heart.
The soul star is the connection to the Akashic records, is your direct connection to your higher self. In plain terms, it's your direct connection to trusting yourself. Is your authentic, true essence. It's 6 to 12 inches above your head, right? If you need to hear like the logistics about it. And if you're following me for a long time, and if you're following us, you know it's all about trusting in yourself. Yeah. And this is that connection of fully opening yourself and saying, oh, that little voice that's speaking in my ear, that sense I'm feeling, that sound, that when like people, like I hear my name sometimes, Sabrina, like in the middle of the night or somewhere, I'm like, yo, that's your higher self, which is your future self, right? It's coming in and saying, hey, wakey.
Guiding. It's coming to guide us. Trying to guide you forward, basically.
And the earth star, I find is so beautiful because the earth star is, like I said, everything is like within the vessel. And the earth star is 12 inches outside of your soles of your feet. And the earth star, the way I see these two together working is like it's like this connection of our true essence connecting itself. The soul star, the earth star saying, hey, we are connecting to the cosmic, to the omniverse, to the cosmic force, the universe, to God. And this is where we're going to, because there's a lot more, there's the spirit chakra, the galactic chakra, the universal chakra. But to me, I guess at one point, once you get to connection with the higher self, everything becomes easier and easier and accelerates. And the earth star is the 0 point. It's that neutrality point. It's just exciting to me. But it's also,
as it should.
It's also that connection to the collective energy, which is why we are here. We're here to serve humanity. And so we start to learn once we fully clear the beautiful toxins in our body, and once we clear all the old patterns and the ancestral wounds and all of that, now we have time. We're like more connected, I guess, to understanding humanity. We're like, okay, I understand now why I have to transmute all these freaking people's energies. I get it, because I fully cleared mine now, and I can move on to the next stage of my mission or purpose.
Holding space. You're
it's really beautiful
to be able to hold space, but also think of your roots. Think of your feet as the roots, and then think of the earth star chakras as a deepening, and almost like she had mentioned something prior, how the earth star is actually grounding all the
higher
cosmic
self,
all the cosmic energy.
Yeah.
It's how could I say? It's like your crown chakra and your root chakra, your base chakra, is kind of creating this almost protection sphere around your body, your physical body. Think of the soul chakra and the earth chakra protecting and creating this ball of light beyond that, and anchoring all that information, anchoring all the cosmos. It's almost like they're working together to keep these polarities into balance, right? And that's where we get to the Merkaba as well. I guess we can get to that.
Oh yeah, and I'll just mention one more thing. You can go to the Merkaba.
Sure.
But it's like the higher self is integrating. This is the thing. The higher self is integrating within the physical vessel. So it needs to be anchored somehow, right? So I feel like the Earth Star chakra is supporting the Soul Star chakra in a sense where it's like, okay, we're getting the vessel, the avatar, Sabrina, Katarina, Terry, Anne, hi Anne, Kim, Marius, everybody. We're getting you all rooted. So that
in a cosmic level.
And so so for the higher self to fully integrate, because it's coming in anyways.
Meaning giving, like having your body able to handle more light. right? We're creating more light by connecting these, by opening these up, by balancing these two chakras, specifically the soul chakra, soul star chakra, right? I can't really see what's going on here, but I see
shaking up. It's more like a volcano. Yeah, okay.
Wait, what's more like a volcano? I'm confused.
Well, all of her emotions are coming up.
Yes. Yeah. This week is crazy. This week has been to a whole other level. What did I did this? I didn't see. Oh man, I'm excited to have that shoulder. Yes, 100%. I'm excited too, honestly. And also the Earth Star, because I feel like, for me anyways, I feel like it's the grounding is what I need at this very moment. Anyways, so back to the Soul Star. Soul Star is represented by the Merkaba. It's like the Merkaba, and then you have like this beautiful mandala that's around it. And the Merkaba, you've probably heard about it. The Merkaba in itself is the union of both polarities, right? The opposite energetic polarities. So it could be feminine, masculine, it could be the cosmos and the earth, but it really represents the coming together, the balancing out, the alignment of these very like opposite polarities. And once they combine, they actually become a channel of light. And a lot of people say that we have a Merkaba with like around our physical vessel,
8-foot circumference.
Apparently it's huge. Yeah, exactly.
Around.
Yeah. And if you meditate and you actually get to visualize these tetrahedrons, these are basically like 3-dimensional triangles.
A pyramid.
It's
a pyramid. Really, it's really a pyramid.
A pyramid up and then a pyramid in reverse, as you can see on the beautiful imagery that Sabrina has now once again shared with us. A big recognition, gratitude for that. And this will activate a light. And for me, the way I see it is that this activation of light helps the body to take in more light, meaning your soul. Your soul is light, is a light being. So it's preparing. It's like your body is getting prepared to take in more light. Sabrina has been talking about this for months and months and months. And it's true. We're becoming more light than the physical, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be part of this physical reality. And this is where I feel like a big part of everything is shifting right now. We're shifting, and the only way to shift is to anchor this cosmic energy deep into the earth, like deep into the earth.
But the idea of the Merkaba, and I want to like drive this home to you. Because the Merkaba is 8-foot wide circumference. So that's like 8 feet all around you. And that's your protective bubble, by the way. The Merkaba is here to protect you. It's a protective energy field. And a lot of us are like, oh, I need to put a bubble. You have like a freaking 8-foot. There's nothing coming in between you. And like, don't worry about it. That's when...
It's like a spike.
When you become aware, the fact that you have this 8-foot circumference, you're like, yeah, you come into my bubble. I don't think so. The light will repel you. Like think of Star Trek, like woo or whatever. All these superhero things.
And if the light doesn't, these crazy
spikes will.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I wanted to mention though, Merkaba, if in Hebrew is chariot and vehicle. So it's like we are the light vehicle. We are the light vehicle. I love it. Anyways.
And Merkaba, meaning light, Ka meaning spirit, and Ba meaning body, meaning is the actual connection of spirit and body through the light. And actually it's also the vehicle that brings in the light, right? So I just found that beautiful. It was amazing.
Cosmic gateway, exactly. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Anyways, yeah.
Combining polarities. Was there anything else that we were missing over here? Spiritual ascension. It's just the more light that you let in, the more everything just merges together. I feel like.
And we've talked about this for months now, or I have, anyways. The light body integration affects your body, affects your spiritual, affects your emotional. And that's why there's a lot of shakeup going on. That's why there's a volcano happening within your bodies, because there's so much light coming in. And we don't like, and then the human world wants to label it as whatever, but it's not.
Disease
or blah, nah, nah, nah. But we are in full upgrade mode right now. And it's like exciting that we have this little community here to like talk about these things too. And that's why you could freely share with us and we can support you through this because it's freaking awesome. We are moving into a quantum like state of being. Like we're all our multi-dimensional selves are moving in. I love it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Now that's cool. 1000%, Kim. I love you. You're great.
There's something else I wanted to add to
sorry.
that.
I'm talking.
No, it's good. It's perfect. There was something else that I wanted to add to that. Let me just give me a moment.
Merkaba.
Anyways, I wanted to bring back up this trust, right? She was saying to access this soul star, to access this portal. To me, like chakras are just like mini portals that we have access to, and just a question of becoming more sensitive to it by what, as we've been saying, becoming still, becoming silent, and really just allowing all the answers to come from within. That's the whole idea, but it's so easy to get distracted. But I also want to remind you that you can't trust yourself until you don't love yourself. Like I truly, like the more I'm going through this journey, the key to trust is to completely love and appreciate yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then how could you even trust yourself? Because if you think you're an idiot, if you think you're not smart, if you don't think, if you actually truly believe all this about yourself, you can't trust yourself. You can't even trust somebody. If you call somebody else a liar or somebody else an idiot, you can't trust them. You're not going to trust them. You're not going to listen to what they have to say. So again, this connection, whatever is happening within, comes straight from the love of self. It's a direct reflection, right? And I just wanted to add that.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Where were we at? So Akashic Records.
Akashic Records.
So I'll let her.
So as you know, I'm a Akashic Records reader, and I've done some Akashic Records for all you beautiful illustrations. Sabrina, thank you. You're so cute. Okay, the Akashic Records, as many of you know, is an energetic library that holds all of our soul journey, basically our past, present, future lives, everything that is. Every soul contract, every path, everything about us.
Everything is energy, and everything is just information, and that information needs to get stored somewhere.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
And the Akashic Records are actually held, this is like I've told this in some of my videos, are held within the whales and the dolphins of the world.
Interesting. I wonder.
They carry the Akashic Records, and that's why at one point we were like, save the whales, because they have our Akashic Records within them. I know I don't understand it either, but it is what it is. And that's good. That's the connection that we have with them. It's like really phenomenal. But anyways, the Akashic Records, if your soul star chakra is open, then you can access the Akashic Records. I guess my soul star chakra is open because I like, as soon as I walked into my records, my master teacher and loved one was like, welcome back, Sabrina. And I'm like, oh, I've been here before. Yes, okay. Yes. Many times. So there's some of us that will never have because it's not part of your purpose, not your mission. Doesn't mean that your soul star chakra is like not activated, right? So there's just some of us that are in there, because imagine if there was everybody inside the libraries would be very energetic.
And besides, if you're here to do something else, you don't need to waste time going into the Akashic Records, right? Everybody's here for a specific purpose, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to do everything.
But also at one point, you'll be able to just access everything. That's the way I see it too. Like you won't need me anymore, Yeah. Hi, Orna. Yeah. So
Orna has arrived. She has officially arrived. Hello, Orna.
I forgot you are here now. What does that mean? I'm always here.
Anyways, so what's next? Oh yeah. So anything else you want to add to that?
No. I mean, it's really simple. It's just
very straightforward.
It's very straightforward. It's all that. That's what it is.
So the higher self,
the
one that we've been talking about, the one that Sabrina actually brings up, the higher self is just you, just maybe at a more experienced version of you, a version of you that is, how would you think?
It's a fractal of you. It's a fractal of your soul. So to me, a part of your soul is within here. Like when we talk about the spirit, there's a fraction of my soul is in the vessel. there's a fraction of us. Okay, do you agree or not? I don't know. There's a fraction of the soul that is the higher self, and there's a fraction of my soul with spread. There's like a lot of us have our fractals of our souls spread within the earth plane. There's a lot of parts of us around in other vessels, and there's our fractals of our souls like everywhere, right? In other dimensions. So the higher self is just the one that was given the job to integrate into this physical vessel once the Sabrina was ready for it. Once Katarina was ready for it. And it's my higher wisdom, right? It's the one, it's my higher, it's me. It's just me, but not Sabrina. It's the soul within Sabrina that's going to integrate into Sabrina. And it's my inner wisdom. It's my higher self. For me, right now, I'm very connected to my higher self, and it's my best friend, right? Because, and the beauty of the higher self, just so you understand, which she talked about with this merging of the polarities. If Sabrina is a woman, my higher self is the divine masculine, and the divine masculine is fully integrating within Sabrina, the divine feminine, and that is what's coming together, the emerging of that. And with it, like, it's not like the higher self has all the wisdom, but so does Sabrina, the soul within Sabrina, but it's not awake yet, right? We come in and we forget everything, right? We have full remembrance until we're 7 or 8 years old, and then we fully get programmed because we get put in the system. And then now, as we find ourselves connecting more with the higher self, and just being aware and awake, because we don't have to be fully connected with the higher self to be aware, then we start to hear things. We start to feel things. We start to say, you know what, that doesn't really feel right. You know what, that does. And your higher self, if you trust that voice, says, yeah, you're right. You are wrong. Or like, don't do that. Or the higher self is the one that little voice that says, don't step onto the highway. Don't step onto the, like, pick up that dog or shut the door or go get your keys. That's your higher self. It's your higher self. It's you. It's your future self. I believe that we have already lived this life, so it's our future self coming back. So don't you remember? Don't you remember that you did this? And I'm like, no, because we're still a little congested with all these traumas and, all of it, these energies, and it's okay. This is part of the whole process, but connecting with your higher self is trusting and loving yourself and trusting the voices, the sounds, the feelings, everything, and knowing that your higher self has your better interests, right? Is here to take you to the next level. But when you start trusting in things outside of yourself, your higher self will kick in and probably make something happen in your life, like, why do you I don't know, little accidents, or you keep falling and stubbing your toe. That's not just a coincidence. These are your higher self pushing you and saying, yo, are you paying attention to me? I'm like, I guess I am now. And it's like talking to yourself. Like I say many times, I talk to my higher self all the time. And I sound a little crazy, but it's all good.
Basically the reawakening, exactly what you said. It's like the remembering. It's the remembering part of why you're here, what you're here to do, where you're going, with who are you going with. It's the remembering of everything. So I love that. Thank you, Sabrina. Very much.
Got excited. I'm excited about the higher self. Oh, this is
the higher self.
So the higher
it's something else.
So is the higher yourself a consciousness? Conscience. It's a higher consciousness. It is. It's you in the higher realms, right? Because you're here in a vessel. Like your soul, your lower self, I guess, is in
your
a soul.
Human self.
It's not human though. Your soul is within the human vessel, and a fractal is outside, which is in the higher consciousness. Yes. Does that make sense? I don't think
it makes sense. I personally think that the soul star is there to give access, and eventually, like you said, we're here to integrate that soul fully, and the integration is the remembering, right? You come here, like she said, we were born, we forget everything, and then there's little bits and parts of like, oh, this looks familiar, this sounds different, this doesn't sound right, and more and more we walk through and more we start actually listening to ourselves and trusting, and this comes hand in hand with loving ourselves, I do believe, these intuitive hits become louder and louder and louder until we are the remembering. Our soul is just there and completely awake, right? That's the way I see it.
Personally. Let's talk about the soul star activated, underactive now before we get into that. Yeah, because we didn't write the screen of it. But
you're welcome, Kim.
So when you are
active, we'll always
when you're activate, when your soul star, or when your soul star is activated, you're you feel at one with your higher self, right? You feel like your true self, your authentic self is. And you know what it is? I really like because we talk about this a lot. Is that full, like, an unfiltered approach to being, right? So someone asks you a question, then you're just honest about it. You don't think about how am I going to say this to this person. You don't think of, oh, I need to create a boundary here, or I shouldn't say this because it will be uncomfortable. You don't think that. When you're connected to your soul star, you're just like, oh, you want me to answer the question? Like we said, it's like the high priestess. Yes, the high priestess can say, okay, this is what this is, this and this. And you're like, oh, that's fully triggering to the human. But it's like, you asked me. But it's not being mean about it either. It's like we talk about. And that's where the Earth Star comes in, because that's compassion for humanity. So it's like working together. Like it's having this, anyways, that's the when you know your soul star is here is when you're fully true to yourself, and you're not using your mind to think something.
And just to expand a little bit of the high priestess analogy, and the high priestess knows when to share their wisdom and when not to. Like, this is the beauty of the knowing. You know when to actually express yourself unapologetically, and when they're not ready. Like, they're not ready, they can't, like, it's not the moment. They know. It's just a knowing, and this is the beauty of it being balanced, right? Was there anything else in terms of it being balanced? Like moments of profound clarity. Recognition, recognize the release of what? Old patterns. Yeah, that's one thing.
That's a big one.
Yeah. When you actually start sitting and integrating this, you start seeing your habits clearer. Like today, for example, today is a perfect example. There's been just one tower moment after another. It's just been one trigger after another trigger, but I've been able to stay in the eye of the storm. And I've noticed that this version of me I'm used to getting uncomfortable. I've been putting myself in uncomfortable situations, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, never dangerously, but always like just sitting in that uncomfort, like that discomfort, and really owning it and practicing. It's a beautiful practice. I highly suggest, because I feel like this world of instant gratification, we have forgotten how important it is to get uncomfortable, because then we don't grow, we don't expand. And I noticed the tendency of wanting to not necessarily run away, but avoid feeling this discomfort, the wanting to just bypass it by
big one
going and having a glass of wine and just like not feeling it at all, and be like, I just want to go, I just want to drink. And I'm not a drinker. That's the thing. It's not something that I've done my whole life, and this is like a habit. But this particular week, with all the discomforts, I did notice this little voice, this little tendency of like, ooh, I don't know if I want to keep feeling this. Let me go and hide, and let me go and run away from this. Escape. Exactly. So you start, and this is where it comes back, recognizing the release of old patterns, beliefs, traumas, and also habits. You start being aware of it. It's like when it's activated, when you're fully in that balance, once you've done the work, you're actually aware of it. And then you can act accordingly. Like, am I going to have a glass of wine? Maybe. but it's not going to be for the reason of avoiding anymore. It's going to be for the reason of, you know what?
Enjoying it.
Enjoying
the discomfort.
Enjoying and appreciating it, or not having it at all, right? So
yeah.
I want to get into that one. Was there anything else?
Yeah, I want to talk about when you're feeling lost, when you're feeling unsure of your next, like hi, Hilde. Hi, Esmeralda. Hi.
Oh, Esmeralda. Hey, come on down. I'm so happy you can make it.
So when you're unsure of your soul's purpose, when you have a hard time, you're having a hard time tapping in to any of the chakras, which you take it upon yourself, and you make like you give yourself a bad what's the word I'm looking for? A bad rap or whatever.
Yeah, bad reputation.
So don't worry about it. It's just but it's to recognize those moments, and an overactive soul star is you're focused too much on spiritual practices. Bingo. I love this, because when you get on this journey, you tend to like, oh, I gotta do the meditation, I gotta do the yoga, I gotta do the moon, I gotta do all of it. And you gotta do nothing, actually. And it's okay that you do it, and I've done it too. But at one point you realize on this journey that, really gotta go sit through the discomfort and be still and start to listen to my higher self, to my lower self, to my ego, start to discern what my ego is. Like yesterday, I had a conversation and I was with myself, and my ego was in, and I was like, yo, it's my ego right now, right? And it's like, yes. I said, you got no power over me. He's like, okay, shut up. And I was like, but I knew, because the ego came in with fear, and I'm like, I don't feel fear anymore. So like, it's over, like, get away. And it's this fun thing, and you can make it a game. Like I make it a game. So that's the beauty. That's the overact. A lot of us will tend to put all of our eggs into spiritual practices when it's really not about it. It's a great, fun way to explore, but really it's in the nothingness.
Yeah.
That we start to hear and see and feel everything.
So basically just an overview. Underactive soul star is that you're unsure of what your purpose is. Yeah. You don't know why you're here, why you've come here. And it's really this, it creates a very big discomfort within the body, right? Difficulties tapping in, you feel stuck, you're in these old patterns, and you keep thinking about them, you keep reactivating them, putting more energy into them. So underactive is, instead of just being okay with not being okay, pretty much being okay with not being okay, we're feeding into this, I don't have a purpose, I can't do this,
that becomes overactive.
And then you end up doing all the things because people tell you have to go here, you have to do this. Oh, you want to be spiritual, come here, do that, You start listening because you feel discomfort. Exactly. You're not able to sit in the discomfort. And then that we get the overactive, because now you're doing all the things, but you still don't feel as good. This is when it's overactive. Anyways, it's just, to me, it just means it's not balanced, right? You're unbalanced in the reality. And the truth is, as she was saying, the most underrated practice, and I've been saying this, is sitting down in stillness and being silent with yourself, patient, silent. And just to add on what Sabrina was saying before, if you can pinpoint these habits or these mental thoughts, if you can even go a step further and just self-soothe and be that support that you wish others were, do it for yourself, you're bypassing all of the BS out there. You're bypassing, and it's not that we don't need each other, on the contrary. However, if you can do that for yourself, you'll be able to receive it from others, because the biggest thing right now is that a lot of people don't even know how to receive. They are unable, and I'm one guilty. Too. I mean, and you cannot receive if you're not able to receive and like give to yourself. Give that support, give that love, give that awareness, give that space. And the only way to do that is to sit in stillness, be silent, and have all of this come up to the surface and say, I love you. The pain, I love you. The self-hatred that I've probably been harboring for so many years, I love you
too. I hate you right now, but I love you.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You have to be real with yourself, because fuck, I hate it. So I'll say it. I hate you, but I do. But I'm in the awareness of it. And
I hate you,
but I love you.
But I'm going to try to love you.
Release you.
Because I'm going to try to love you.
I don't want to be attached to you anymore.
Or I forgive you. That's another.
Yeah, I forgive.
I forgive you.
I let go.
Yeah. The amount of self-loathing that I had for so many years, I didn't even know it was self-loathing until a couple of years ago, where I realized, I'm like, oh, no wonder I was so unbalanced. I was so overactive, underactive, whatever you want to label it. No wonder I was so unbalanced and just having so much pain. It's because I truly did not like myself. And I only realized that a couple of years ago. And the only way I was able to release that self-loathing was to be with every single emotion that I prevented myself from feeling for the last 38 years. I literally, I have pushed emotions away, and I cried at least a good 35 years of my life, 34, 37, like name it. I cried. I allowed myself to cry 38 years of repressed emotions that I thought were considered as weak if I felt them. I considered as dumb if I felt them. I considered them as like shameful because I shouldn't be happy. I have a roof over my head. I have this, I have that. All of these mental, emotional turmoils I didn't allow myself to feel created this self-loathing. And as soon as I gave myself permission to feel them, that's when my whole world started shifting and changing, because I was actually able to love myself, and therefore, and we'll be right back. And therefore, I was able to receive that love from others, right? Sabrina just needs to go pick. We just have a knock on the door. They came all the way upstairs. That's pretty cool. So guilty, yes, right? Everybody, I'm sure it's a human experience. It's part of the human experience. This is, fortunately or unfortunately, hello, Hilda. This is just part of it. It's part of it. Kim, well said. Thank you. Yes, this is all part of the journey. It's part, I feel like to me, all of it is just to strengthen the love within, to then strengthen the love that needs to be without. I truly believe that if everybody started loving themselves, we wouldn't have all the world wars that are right now. Well, then again, you never know, because people know how to manipulate, right? But if you can't be manipulated, if you truly love yourself and truly trusted yourself, right? There's so many nuances that we can go on this. Unworthy. Yeah, unworthy. And the unworthy is stems from an unlovability of self. A big one. Esmeralda, you came right on time. I love it. This woman is beautiful. I'm so happy she was able to come today. So where were we at? Did you want to add anything to that?
No. Perfect. You said it beautifully.
Amazing. Thank you. And now we're at the super root. We're at the Earth Star chakra. Super. That's what I said. No, root.
Yeah,
super root.
No, I wasn't correcting you.
So as we were talking about before, the Earth Star chakra is like the next level of the physical. You're connecting to the earth, but you're connecting to not only the earth, but you're bringing in all that cosmic information and bringing it into the 3D. As you said, it's like you're almost closing the loop and taking all that information and grounding it into the 3D. What is that going to be? I don't know. We'll find out.
We don't know. And we don't care.
And exactly.
It's coming.
It's supposed to be the fun of the...
It's discovery.
Exactly.
You know, that's my higher self. That's my whole freaking conversation with my higher self. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're silent. I'm like, why aren't you talking? Because I'm not going to answer you.
You're not supposed to know.
Because you're not supposed to know.
Actually, you said something really, really like true and interesting before. What was it again? You were talking about how, oh my God, it's going to come back to me. But I found it super interesting. It was one of the conversations that we had in regards to how the higher selves, not necessarily the higher self, but we had this whole conversation outside at the coffee shop.
Oh, wow.
At the coffee shop, you were saying, damn it, it's going to come back to me. Anyways.
What I want to say in my Let's Talk?
Yeah. Well,
the frequencies?
Well, the frequencies, but there was something in regards to anchoring that information, not needing to know. But I can't remember what it is. Anyways, side note.
Yeah.
Super root.
Super root.
Anchors both of the body and the soul to the magnetic core of the earth. which is beautiful, which is wild. And what I really enjoyed, what I loved about this is that it doesn't only connect us to the earth, to the grid, but it also goes up and beyond, as she was saying, into the etheric realms, which it also connects us to every single person now, because originally our base chakra connects us just to the earth, and now this is connecting us to every single person, all the global events, because it's like all the trees in a forest, they communicate through the roots, right? Mm-hmm. So now we have this super root that is connecting us to every single person with their super roots, connected or not connected, to the global events, to the human value systems, because whether we like it or not, a value, people have sharing value will create an energetic kind of.
Actually, you know what I think this is?
How's it called?
I got a message right now. I think this is the roots of the ones who are rising in frequency, right? The ones who are doing the work, because it's not every single human that's doing the work. So this is how we are going to meet our soul tribe, because we're rooting and we're meeting. The roots are meeting within the cosmos, within the ethers, within the grid, even within the 3D grid, the matrix grid. We're connecting. I like it.
That makes a lot of
sense, because I don't feel like every single human is here to do anything. There's a lot of humans that are just to be here, to be part of our movie and part of our journey, to help us too, to just be part of the background, just to help us through this. There's just a certain amount of us, and that's why this community never seems to grow too big. It's always kind of the same ones, like all like finding each other on the other ends of the earth. But okay, you can continue. I just thought that was an interesting, that we're rooting to each other, like the roots are growing.
It makes complete sense to me, anyways.
To the higher selves, like almost connected, the matrix.
I love that side note that we just had by Sabrina. I think it's great. I think, yes, 100%. We don't feel connected. I mean, we're going to get to the over and underactive Earth Star Chakra, which has to do with like you connecting with other people and yourself and blah, blah, blah. But just to sum up what I was saying, it comes back to rooting to global events. This is how we actually root to the global fields, to the global information, global energies. And
hi, Carol.
Hello. I can't see what else is written.
No, sorry, cool.
What else? Humanity as a whole, and grounds our sense of being and purpose. So whatever the soul has come now through the star chakra, the soul star chakra, now we can ground that and anchor it in that huge purpose, whether it's just technically it's just to be. That's what I think. There might be other little sub things, but generally we're here to be. And that's something that is very difficult for a lot of people, right? To grounding our true authenticity, our true integrity, our just essence, right?
Our isness is the grounding of this. It's the rooting of our I is. And you is. That's it. I love it. It's amazing.
What do we have here? What are you guys saying?
That's a beautiful thought, that our collective is rooted together. Yes,
it is 100%.
It's actually beautiful.
And remember, everything is just energy. Energy is just information. So values are just information. Humanity is just information. Us as a body, as a human experience, is just information that's being exchanged, technically speaking. Anyways, what did Lynn say here? My mental will completely
sit still if I don't need to know until I ask it something I can know now. Yeah, definitely. Doesn't want to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Most of your pendulum work will only talk about little like silly things, but when it comes to the big things, they don't want you to know, and it's because you know already. That's the thing. You already know.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Everybody already knows what to do next. We already know like where we're going in 1,000 years from now. You already know it. It's just that it's like it's gonna open up slowly according to you, according to your avatar, according to the work that you're doing, according to the trust that you have in it. It's like trusting in the universe means, hey, I'm ready for my next job, And then you just go ahead and go into the classifieds and you start looking for jobs, and the universe like, are you for real? You just told us to get you the next job, right? Because there is another one, let's say, coming for you. But you, human, says, no, you're not fast enough for me. So I'm going to go and look. And it's like, no, doesn't work like that.
a big part, you know the difference because you feel exhausted instead of energized. Because that intuitive hit of like, oh, go to the classified. You're not going because you're in fear mode and like, oh my God, I don't have anything. It's almost 2 weeks. I haven't had a job. I haven't had income, blah, 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 blah. You have all this fear and then you're just searching, like she said, versus I'm going to sit. I'm going to chill.
I'm going to do other stuff.
I'm going to get
creative.
Get creative. Completely.
I trust.
Let go of any kind of fear by getting creative, because if you're distracted with something else, you're no longer thinking of what fears you. And then the information of, oh, go look at this classified. It's very precise in the motion. It's very precise in the action it takes because it doesn't drain you. You're not in fear. You're in like, oh, there's a thought that came up. Let me go check this. And this thought is, how could I say it?
Materializing?
More in a sense of, you know how you work smart by doing less? It's like instead of working hard,
work smart, not hard.
Exactly. And working with your intuition, working with this soul connection, and in this case also your root connection, you're connected with everything. So you're working smarter. So there's less steps for you to take. You can go the hard road, which is the ego, which is the fear base, which is like, oh, everybody does this, so I'm going to go do this, and then you're exhausted. You found something, but your soul is like, yeah, you could have done it this way, or you could have just waited. We would have given you that intuitive hit. You would have saved 5 days
or 5 years
or
25 years.
And it would have been direct access, and you would have all this extra energy to do other stuff, right? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah. The next slide is like useless because we've already talked about it, but
I don't even remember.
My higher self gets totally annoyed with my avatar. It's interesting, Lynn, that you said that your higher self, but yet you told me that your soul star is closed.
Locked.
So who are we talking about?
Who is talking, actually?
Who's talking now?
What was the second slide?
You're the universe.
Well, basically, it comes back to what you were saying, that all the answers are from within.
Yeah.
Meaning that if we just stop and listen, we'll get all the answers. And
like there's a saying, you carry the universe within you, and that's what it is.
As above, so below. So below, as above. Yeah.
It's like 100%. All of it. We are the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't believe it, because we need to see it with our eyes. But we can blindly believe in a Jesus and a God and a Buddha and a Allah. We can blindly believe in these things, but you can't blindly believe in you. And that's a real big disconnect for me, because as you move through this journey, you're like, wow, I am it. I meaning all of us, the one, we're all it. Not just Sabrina, because it's not Sabrina, it's everyone.
Which is just another distraction if you're just focusing on Jesus or God or this or that. Unless you're already on this route of unless you're already off your path, sometimes being focused on Jesus or God or that might just bring you back on the path, but then don't limit yourself to just that. Because I have seen situations where people were completely off their path and just not in good places, and then they found these different teachings, and it brought them exactly back on it. But then we get too absorbed in it, right? And then we limit ourselves. It's almost like this word community that we've been talking about. It's a very limiting word, because if you say community, that means there's some people in it and some people out, right?
Yeah. Only the like-minded and the rest are out. And that's like, wow, man, what is going on here?
It's very limiting. And these are some of the vocabularies that we kind of need to remove, and it's part of it, right? Religion too. It's a temporary fix or a temporary tool, I do believe, but we need to expand. There's so much more than religion is set in a box, and we want to remove ourselves from the box because we are too confined. Our light cannot expand. Our true essence cannot expand.
And that's I'm going to be talking about that in an episode. Let's talk. I'll bring it up here, but the world that we live in right now is of a static frequency, of one frequency, which includes religion, politics, jobs, relationships, of all of it. It's all static. And us, as stars, these light workers, way shores, crystal children, rainbow children, indigo children, whatever, we're all rising in frequency. And we can't, it's not working because it's just too static, and we're rising and we're getting exactly what we always wanted, is to move into a higher frequency. And now we're freaking out because we're not connecting. And so this is what it is. It's like realizing you're the universe. You're the universe. And this is just a little human experience that we loved and enjoyed very ecstatically. But we're moving away from a little bit of the human experience. And are you okay with that? And are you ready to begin anew? And are you ready to start fresh again? Like I am. Like, right? And like I was telling her, I was like, you know, we know of 5 elements: the fire, the earth, the air, the water, the ether. But probably we're gonna like get introduced to like 6 more freaking energies, right? Or elements, and that we already know about. But we're just limiting ourselves to the 4 corners of the box. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it won't work. And you're gonna hit up against that freaking box every single time that you try to stay normal. It's not working. You're the universe. What is the universe? It's freaking infinity and beyond. So don't limit yourself to this box
or any box.
And you're gonna find it. You're gonna be hitting that corner. I guarantee it. And the corner is not gonna be cardboard anymore. It's gonna become cement. And you're gonna freaking hit your head against that cement wall, and you're like, ah, that hurt. I have a headache. Yes. And it's going to be over and over until your higher self connects after this activation. And it's like, yay, hi. Okay, wow. That was
we have something to say. We have a lot to say, like always, right? Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you for listening.
But it was beautiful. That was beautiful. The analogy, exactly. And that's the thing. When you are forcing something, and this is what we were talking about last time too, every time you're forcing something, forcing a person, place, or thing, you're going to hit a wall. And this wall is just telling you this is not the way. This is not where you're going. This is not who you're supposed to be with. This is you're going to hit a wall. There's a wall because there's something better. There's something greater. There's something more expansive. And it's just a question of being patient enough. That's one thing that I had trouble with this week.
But also grounded enough.
And
that's the Earth Star chakra, which is so beautiful. And I feel like it's so funny that Katarina always tells me that she struggles with that, but I always see her as really grounded to me.
Thank you. So, I have my moments, and that's the thing when I say
maybe
that.
It's the color she wears.
Well, you know what? Color does have a frequency, and it will ground. But I also feel like when I say that, it's because those are moments where I'm not grounded.
Yeah, I know. So
and there's going to be moments where I'm not grounded,
and you're honest with yourself.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of this journey, is also to be honest. You cannot expand and evolve if you're not being honest with yourself. That's one thing. Transparency. Oh my God, this has been a big one this year. Transparency, honesty, authenticity, integrity, and genuinity. These are all elements that I don't want anything. I can't even handle my own BS, let alone somebody else's. And I don't think we're here to handle or nurture or what's not the word encourage, but to feed into anybody else's BS anymore. Like, we're done with that. That is going lower on the frequencies. We're going up. Everybody watching this right now, all of you, you know the game. The game is love yourself, trust yourself, and just get yourself out of the box by being completely honest, no matter what. No matter what. Anyways,
beautiful.
Those are little rants.
So when your Earth Star chakra is balanced, you're feeling centered, present, and grounded. I mean, that's pretty clear because it's roots. And you have a deep connection to nature and to Earth, and you can experience the release of ancestral wounds. Which is interesting because that's something we talked about in Soul Star. So,
well, it comes back to that, right? The whole etheric. If you're grounded enough, you're connected to all the dimensions. You're grounded and connected to all the different realms. Like you're grounded to everything. Like the way I saw it, and I didn't even know this is what it was, and it makes so much sense. I mean, it's one thing having access to the Akashic records, is another thing grounding that information. It's almost like if your roots are not grounded, you can't really
receive
that information, because it's a lot of information. It's high intensity, like high vibrational information. That's just information, but your vessel needs to be grounded enough to be able to sustain it and to bring it in.
That's a good thing, because the information coming from an Akashic record is very weird, right? So like you have to translate it to your client, and it's like, oh yeah, you were a mermaid, and you have to be serious about it because it is what it is. But if you were very flighty, you'd be like, oh wow, la la la. That's really interesting. I like that, flighty. So an unbalanced Earth Star chakra is when you feel like spacey. We've all felt that. And when you feel disconnected to your body, which is a big one for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Right. And when you feel like, this one was a good feeling, easily thrown off by life's challenges.
Oh, I've been having that lately.
Like just the simplest things. I have to go to the bank, but it's taken me, or the bank, whatever, or the post
simple
office.
Little things that we've been avoiding, or that we don't want to connect with anymore in its 3D reality, right? We shut it off. It's like, no, I don't want to do this. It becomes more and more challenging. Like that is a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Just the normal to do things. If you're not fully grounded, then these little mundane things that should be easy, because we've been doing it for so long, becomes almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy, but a lot of us deal with that lack of connection to nature, and this was a resistance to spiritual experiences.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good one.
That makes sense. So like it's happening. I know. No, I don't hear that voice. I don't see that light. I don't see that. No.
Aliens? No, that they don't exist.
They don't
Impossible.
exist.
We're the only ones here on this universe and multi-universes. I'm like, what?
There's no spaceships in the sky, really. It's like again, this is silliness of the human. Is okay, fine. We are freaking
the avoiding. I feel like it's like the avoiding.
Procrastinating in my case. Yeah, procrastinating is a big one.
Yeah. Well, procrastination is usually a sense of not wanting to feel overwhelmed or not wanting to feel certain emotions, right? So we postpone it so we don't have to feel it, hence the procrastination. But if we just face the emotion or thing or stuff that we need to do, if we just face it dead on, we wouldn't have to be procrastinating, right? It's usually based on a coping mechanism. That's the way I see it.
And the overacted, I love it. I think this is such a big human thing.
Then we have more.
Too much focus on material security.
So too grounded.
Yeah. Too much focus on possessions and your physical health. Oh my God. I'm like, how many times do you used to get worried? Oh, how many of you get like a scratchy throat and you're like, WebMD, you're Googling yourself, and it's like insane in the membrane, right? Instead of just, for me, I just like go in, I'm like, okay, I'm upgrading. Yes. Okay. So I don't have to worry. No. Right. And because the Google is just going to kill you anyway, the Google is going to kill you. And overact is resistant to change, overly attached to routines, exercise, diet, etc. I'm like, boom, humanity.
Well, right now, anyways, yeah.
Good night, girls. Human needs sleep. Spirit is going to party. All right, I love it. Enjoy it.
Good night, Carol. I mean, that's pretty much it. Now we're just going to do the activation. Carol, you can really watch this after, during the recording. And, this is the best practices. Yeah, we can
do that quickly. Yeah.
100%. So the best practices. So the Earth Star best practices, obviously grounding, taking your shoes off on bare soil, which they also call earthing. There's also earthing mats and all of that, but honestly, just go outside, take your shoes off, and just like
literally,
you can just lie down and just, they call it forest bathing, like nature bathing. Go out, just go in nature, go to a park. There's so many parks, even here in Montreal. Like you just go to one of your national parks, or not even, just a park nearby with a bunch of trees and just walk through it, right? Gardening, having
connection with
direct
plants.
Connection, exactly, with the earth. There's the drum beats. Drumming is usually considered like the beat of the Mother Earth, but also our hearts, and that rhythm actually connects us to everything around us, right?
Didgeridoo sounds. I thought you would know. I put it there. Didgeridoo, probably something like, I don't know. or 194.18 hertz is the earth. I love the earth chakra tuning fork. It's so beautiful. It resonates with me. And black tourmaline, smoky quartz, hematite, black, any brown, dark green is with the earth star. So dark green could be dark jade. If it's a lighter jade, it's usually the heart. So dark colors,
Yeah, dark, black, brown, like she said, all of them are great. Grounding, all of them. They're great protections too, most of them. Okay, and then we have the practices for the soul star.
Deep rhythmic breathing. It's really important to connect yourself with the higher realms, because as you get higher, as you get lighter, as your body gets lighter, you get a little bit ungrounded, right? So if you're breathing within you. And I learned a new breathing technique, which is you breathe in through your nose and you breathe out through your mouth. And my whole spiritual world practices, I've always been like, don't breathe out with your mouth. And it's like you're breathing out, and it's you're being conscious of your breathing and it slows down everything. And try it. It really works.
And the breath actually is a breath. They call it the breath of life for a reason. You're taking in life force energy. Oxygen is life. Oxygen has information. It's life. It's life. And you're taking in that information. You're breathing in God, basically.
But also, I want to add that as we crystallize the bodies, we become less carbon. We're carbon right now, we're matter. And as we crystallize and diamondize, the breathing becomes completely different than the way it is in this 3D. So breathing is a really good technique to start learning how to breathe.
Kind of like the Wim Hof,
like Wim Hof kind of breathing, yeah. It's really important. Anyways, Reiki, which is the Reiki master right here.
Reiki is great too.
Energy balance.
Reiki just means universal energy, like life force energy. It's you connecting yourself with life force energy around you all the time. And we're already connected, but the Reiki will help deepen that connection, just because you're actively connecting with your own frequencies, your own energy fields, your energetic centers, and then you're literally like calling in and touching base with all the different realms, all the different energies that are around you, because there's so many energies around you. And a lot of times, because we're unconscious of it, we're not really tapping into it because we're blocked, we're scared, we're thinking of other stuff, we're distracted. When you're consciously like, I'm going to go for a Reiki session, or I'm going to just sit down and do Reiki myself, it just means I'm going to sit down and just be. That's basically what it is. There's more to it, but we'll just leave it at that for now. And then you have the Akashic reading records. What does that mean? Just to have a session, or to actually play around in it? What would you suggest?
I guess you won't know. You can first have a reading, and then you can maybe you could try tapping into your Akashic records on your own. But will you know if you're tapping in or not? You'll know, so
which is part of the fun, and which is part of you tapping in, because that's the thing. When you're playing around with, when you're exploring your energetic fields and your energetic bodies, and then going into other energetic bodies as well, or fields, you're basically opening up channels. You're opening up the portal to your soul to come in and play as well. Will it be very strong? Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time. If you're with a very high practiced practitioner, if you go with someone who has a lot of experience, it's going to be usually automatic. But if you're doing it on your own, the whole point is that you're actually trying, you're actually declaring, you're actually practicing. And the practice in itself is like a declaration, is a practice in itself, is you deciding, I'm going to tap in. So anyways, and then you have selenite. These are all very high vibrational crystals. Selenite is one that clears also energies. If you want to play around with energy work, you can have a selenite like this, and also a grounding stone, protecting stone.
Yeah. Also, this one is a beautiful one. I want to show you. It's called the spirit quartz. It's gorgeous. Put on top of your head. Okay.
So anything that's like a high vibration, high frequency,
snowflake,
you can Google it.
Anything white.
White,
also, and clear quartz is really important. Okay, let's get into this.
Perfect. So now we're going to do our meditation / Reiki clearing / pendulum activation. And as per usual, I'm going to do a nice little hypnosis /
beautiful
meditation. Yes. We're going to get right into it so you guys could start. Good night, everybody. For all those that have to leave now, you can watch the recording. So yes, we are going to dive in to our meditation. You can slowly just start taking a couple of long, deep breaths in. Sitting on your couch or laying on just laying down, whether it's on your bed. Just telling the body that it is safe to connect to the etheric worlds, to the spiritual worlds, to the earth realms. And when you're ready, you can start visualizing roots from the soles of your feet, going down, 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 towards Mother Earth's beating heart, and maybe even beyond. Maybe you arrive in Mother Earth's sphere, magmatic light, and maybe these roots go up and around Mother Earth and up around the universe, slowly being guided towards the soul star chakra. Already getting the benefits of Mother Earth's beautiful, gentle, compassionate light. Allowing this light going up your roots towards the soles of your feet, going up your legs, up your spine, down your arms, and allowing this energy to go up your neck. Opening up this channel of light, opening up your crown, and now visualizing this channel of light going up, 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 towards the sun of all suns, towards the center of all the universes combined, where it all began. Feeling the roots being guided by the Earth Star chakra, seeing them going also up, up, up. Connecting to this channel of light you've just connected to. The center of the universes is combined. Almost feels like roots coming out of the soul star chakra. It's being guided towards the center of the universe where we all began, going up and connecting towards the earth star chakras, roots that have expanded and connected, and just bringing and tying everything in. Seeing the beautiful dark light, dark brown, the blackness of the void merging with the beautiful white light of the universe, merging both polarities. Merging the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine, the cosmos and the earth. And when you're ready, visualizing this Merkaba emerging from these two lights, two pyramids juxtaposed on each other, and bringing this Merkaba down, down, down. Bring it all the way to the body. Bring it as far as you can. Not only to protect your body, but also to help this physical vessel take in more and more light. And getting it ready for Sabrina's pendulum activation. Just taking a couple of more deep breaths in before we allow getting more and more ready. Feeling more and more safe within our body with every breath. Feeling completely open for everything that divine could provide. With Sabrina's activation.
My intention is to provide profound healing to your soul star and earth star chakras, aligning your spiritual essence with your physical presence. We will cleanse and release all blockages, both in the etheric realm, where your higher self resides, in the physical plane, where your being is grounded. This activation will harmonize your connection to the divine within your roots in the earth, enabling you to walk the path with balance, purpose, and deep wisdom. And now we begin the clearing. Allow me to cleanse your soul star chakra of any barriers that disconnect you from the infinite wisdom of your higher self. I now release all spiritual clutter that clouds your ability to receive divine guidance, clearing the path for deep alignment. Clear the fear and resistance to trusting the divine flow of your soul's purpose. Release the doubts that block your soul, star chakra, allowing you to surrender to the inner wisdom of your higher self and trust in the journey of nothingness that you're on. Release all dense, stagnant energy held within your earth star chakra that has prevented you from feeling fully grounded. Let go of the heaviness that keeps you from connecting with the earth's nurturing force, freeing you to stand firmly in your power. Let go of any disconnection between your body and the earth. Release the imbalance that leaves you feeling scattered, restoring a deep connection to the stability and support of the earth beneath you. Remove any energetic fragmentation between your earth star and soul star chakras. Release the energy that keeps you disconnected from your true self and clear the blocks that prevent the harmonious flow between your spiritual and physical essence. Take a moment to breathe in this clearing as we now prepare for the restoring. Restore the flow of pure divine energy to your soul star chakra, allowing you to connect deeply with your higher self. Open the channel to receive clear spiritual guidance and wisdom that aligns with your soul's true purpose. Ground the energy of your higher self into your earth star chakra, allowing insights to manifest into your physical reality. Anchor your inner wisdom into the earth where it can take root and guide your path with clarity and authenticity. Allow the energetic pathway between your soul star and earth star chakra to flow effortlessly from all the dimensions and realms to the earth grids, integrating your purpose and grounding it into your life. Align your soul and physical vessel so that you'll walk through life in harmony with both your higher purpose and the world around you. Allow this connection to bring you a deeper sense of purpose, security, and peace, aligning your body and higher self as one. Your soul star and earth star chakras are now cleansed, healed, and fully aligned. As you walk your path, you are guided by both spiritual insight and grounded purpose. So be it, and so it is done. Thank you for taking the time to receive and activate the balance between your higher self and your human self. May you move forward with a clear heart, grounded purpose, and deep connection to both the cosmos and the earth. Thank you, Katarina, for grounding us and leading us beautifully and purposefully into this activation. Thank you to each and every one of you for participating in our live activations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. And we are done. All right. Wakey.
When did you bring it up?
Wakey, wakey. When did I bring what up?
When did you bring it up?
When I went on, so they could see.
You can slowly start coming back. Oh, Claudia. Hey, Claudia.
Yeah, I told her to get on.
Yeah, it was a pretty
Oh,
deep.
Hi, Lori. I didn't even see you. Come on.
Pretty intense.
Hi, Samantha. Thank you. Hi, Tammy. Look at all you people. I love you all. I love you showing up like this. Amazing.
How's everybody feeling?
I want to tell you, all of you beautiful souls that have joined us for all these activations. These activations are for real. And they're really doing something within you. And I know a lot of you reach out to me and say that a lot is coming up and you're hitting a lot of walls. But when you're feeling unbalanced in one of your chakras, go back to one of our activations and do that again. Like there's no limit to these activations, but this one is going to be a huge one. Before you sign off, what does that mean?
I think she wants to say something for you, Selma. I'm so happy you enjoyed it, Esmeralda. I'm so happy you touched base with me before so you can join on this live and really take advantage of it. Honestly, that's what these activations are for, and feel free to go to all the other ones as well, right? We have an activation for every single of these chakras, and it might help just...
We're not sure about the next series. Yeah, we're still in discussion. Mm-hmm. So we won't be back live for another
maybe 2 weeks.
Probably maybe at the beginning of October is we'll come back, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah. If you have any suggestions, feel free to write in the comments. But it's crazy, this activation. I felt like I was separate. I had
enjoy the water, Lynn. Yeah. Nice. You were like what?
I felt like it was my 3D self receiving the activation, and then my soul self was out doing whatever it was doing with you. At a point, it was like I had my soul had its hands in your heart, and it turned into gold. Wow. And then it went up to the throat, turned it to gold, and third eye, turned it to gold. And then at a point, you just had like a channel of golden light. It was just beautiful. And at a point, I felt like just my energetic essence was just like dancing along
in the la la land of the cosmos.
Exactly. You're very welcome, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. So
everybody, Terry, welcome. Honestly, like this has been such a joy. Going live,
it was great. I loved it.
It's something I've been pushing her to do for a while. Yeah, I'm so happy she finally decided to do it.
Thank you, Katarina. But awesome. I want to also impart with you that don't go crazy right now. We need you to like either go get grounded. Like Lynn is going to the water, like go to the grass, try not to
do something for yourself. Do something for yourself.
Because this activation, it's a big one because it's opening a lot. It's like your higher self is wanting to come in and it's like, yeah, let's do this.
It's like, you guys are ready?
Are you ready?
Let's dive in. But before you do that, your physical body needs to be ready. And I always say, in even any kind of energetic reading, especially these activations, go take a bath, because water is the most receptive molecule, and it's designed to clear, and it designs to keep opening up these channels and clearing up these channels. So it's a great way to continue the activation. It's a very healing element, water. So the zodiac signs, it's definitely something we can do. I'm so happy, Lynn. I'm really happy that you loved and enjoyed these live podcasts. We loved and enjoyed doing them. Honestly, it was so much fun touching base live, real time just interaction with you guys. Because honestly, as much as I want to go and check all of those beautiful comments that you guys post, I don't get notifications, so I keep forgetting to go get them checked out. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. But
I get them. So I answer.
Follow us on the Welcome to Your Journey. There, I'll get all the notifications, and we'll be doing a lot of more shorts and a couple of more. I would like to transfer, just to have easy access for both of us in terms of the channel as well. So do start liking and subscribing to that channel as well. We'll probably post it and link it into the end of this video in the descriptions.
Yeah, the Zodiac series is part of our mini series probably, but we'll do something. Don't worry about it.
We'll do something. Yeah.
We
had something else planned as well in terms of more creative flow, and we wanted to find a way where we can actually grab one of you guys and talk live with one of you guys as well in one of our mini series. There's 2-3 mini series that we've been wanting to elaborate and start doing, and one of them is now that you have some of these tools, let's actually practice them together. Let's actually get a couple of artistic tools and actually have a conversation as we're doing, whether it's collages, whether it's maybe knitting, or just something along those lines that we can actually not necessarily be proactive, but just not only engage, but also doing something creative that opens up these channels as well. So there's a lot of things ruminating in our brains right now, and it's just a question of how we're gonna do it.
All right, my beautifuls.
That's it for today.
Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you all.
Yes.
You are the light of our lives.
We will see you guys very soon.
I love you.
Every week has been a blessing. And,
it has been
an exciting week. Just so
we'll come back in October.
Yeah,
raring to go.
Yeah,
it'll be Halloween month.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, maybe we'll carve pumpkins.
That could be fun.
We could do something fun. So.
I love that idea. What do you guys
We'll get
think?
dressed up in a costume every week. No, that's not happening. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Halloween week for sure. We'll do that.
I get dressed up, but just not. Well, maybe it could be fun too.
Yeah, Halloween week. Okay.
Yeah. Ciao, guys.
Bye. I love you.
Love you guys so much. Talk to you guys soon.